How we all doing? Are we ready for some new content after having new content in Splatoon 3? I swear you guys may be getting sick of this game. I'm not. So we're back. We're playing a little bit more of this. We're going to actually start out with the fresh season content first. And then we're going to move on the side order probably, say, a couple hours in. Maybe about 2 or so hours. Because I figured it's the start of the new season. Even though it's technically supposed to start on March 1st, it starts a little early. Because it is a leap year. So because of that, we get the content now, but we had the patch for a week, so I guess that's fair. We already had it kind of early. So we're going to be playing some of the new content via the fresh season, as it just dropped all new weapons, a new stage. The sand run stage won't be available until tomorrow, so I'm not going to be checking that out. But other than that, everything else is basically live at this point and ready to be played. So that's what we're going to be doing. So let me just load the game and get things started. Also, hey Ethan, how you doing? And I will say, check the tag. We're using that enhanced broadcast thing again, trying it out another time. I figured try it out twice in 1 week just to see how things go. Alright, so because the game got updated last week, thankfully we don't have to worry about update stuff just to start the season. We just jump straight in. I thought this was starting tomorrow, so this actually kind of threw me off guard. Listen up, going down. Rapids, Laplands, deep cut. Yada yada. You know the drill. Here we go. Alright, so here's the update. What's the update? I don't know, it happened last week. And now is the season. The new season has started. Fresh season 2024. Goes all the way into the end of May. Also, we got 2 new weapons, as you can see in the thumbnail already. A new dually and a new Brella. Here they are. Dowser Dually FF and Recycle Brella 24 Mark 1. Mouthful. Here for the shiny new weapons. Duh. They look cool. Any of them fin operated? Asking for me. So pretty. Which one would be my new main? I have to splat test them all. Ooh, looks like everyone gets a Sheldon license as a gift after this. Neat! AO Knights will have a line out the door, especially if folks listen to Sheldon spiels, but one of his many friends now in the other lobbies. And here's our one stage, which is the disappointing thing in my opinion for the update. Mainline Airport's the only new one we get here. Still making time for listening, but those new stages do look good. I love how he says new stages, because there's one stage that's wrong on grammar, but I guess he's not that far off because there's a new Salmon Run stage, and here's the announcement for that. This is the final Salmon Run stage as well. Bone Rattle Arena. That's it, huh? I was picturing more of an open office with foosball. For collecting golden eggs. Yeah. For like 3 days you get to do that because it's in rotation 3 times in a row. Oh, like running from me. She's trying to say, I'm gonna win this one, I swear. Pick guitar or I'll hit you with my guitar. Hey man, how you doing? Here for fresh season, dip when Star Order starts. Yeah, that's fair. I've beaten the main campaign, so in terms of spoilers on story, I don't think you're gonna see that much. Like, I'm going through with the post game. You should do a run with every weapon if you want the full story from what I'm understanding, but that quote-unquote story really just happens at the end of every floor, or end of every 30 floors. And it's such like a minor thing. If you wanted to see stuff at this point, you should be okay, but the main story stuff happens on your first like proper run outside of the tutorial. So if you haven't done that yet, that is fair. We have. So also don't laugh. Don't laugh at Rainmaker. Ignore Rainmaker. Let's just say that had some really terrible games. Don't play in handheld mode like 2 hours before the season ends. Just saying. So that's where I ended the season. I didn't play as much rank. I kind of want to change that for this season because every season I start off at S. This is just the norm at this point. I mainly just care about, you know, getting up to the catalog and unlocking the stuff, so it's fine. This season I might change that a little bit more. But I got some badges, though. What the heck are those? Top 3. Oh, because of the new X rank system. That's right. So I got into top 30K and top 50K, respectively. Okay. So I was at least in top 30K, which I guess is fair. After only playing games literally in the past 24 hours. That's impressive. Alright, we're going right to Sheldon. What I'm in the market for? Give me the goods. Also, hurry up. Lots of spiel. I kind of heard like the down low from pretty much every Splattuber and even their Twitter account at this point. I don't mean the Splattuters, them too. The official one from Nintendo. I've heard enough about these weapons just from Nintendo alone. So I'm good. I'm excited at least to have finally my main weapon, like the one I always like to play, have a secondary kit. It just sucks that it costs 210 for its splashdown. It's not gonna get special much at all, unfortunately. Some of these kits are just kind of whatevers. Like, they're hit or miss, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna buy them all, as I always do. Because I have more than enough licenses to buy these. And we're gonna be playing with all these. At this point, I think there's only 3 weapons left from the original weapon runs that haven't gotten a second kit. I think it's just, what is it? Oh, hang on, I'm getting another thing. Congratulations, I did it again. I bought all your stock. And at least he tells you now because of the update like a couple months ago about the shutout token thing. Thank you. Alright, we're going this way though. I gotta get my catalog. But I think it's just, what is it? Range Blaster, Bamboo, and there was one other weapon. I'm trying to remember what it is now. But there's one other weapon. Oh, Hydra Splatling. That's what it is. Those 3 from, you know, day 1 of this game has not gotten a second kit yet. It's guaranteed now to happen next season, but holy crap, it's hard to believe. It's been literally that long and still no second kit. Also, we got a lot of new gear. I think it's upwards of like 152 pieces or something like that. A lot of the gear now is coming back from Splatoon 2, so this is why. No new headpiece, though. Okay. Let's pick up Splatoon 2. Going back. I just want to be over here instead. Ah, fresh season. Had a feeling someone would post that. Oh, the salmon title. They're saying, yeah, I still have to play Salmon Run. He's 8 so caked up. You know, that's a mood. Splatoon 2 season. It's, yeah, you know what? I will say, I think this name for the season was more based around the Splatoon 1 update at the time, as fresh season coincided with the Inkopolis Plaza DLC. And now we get the Splatoon 2 stuff, and it kind of feels weird to still call it fresh season. Just because fresh was more the line from Splatoon 1 than 2, but yeah. Alright, so right now, for regular battle and for Anarchy, I know the new stage is in all of these. So Turf 4 has Bluefin and Marlin Airport, Clan Blitz for Series, Museum, and Marlin, and Splat Zones, I think, Blood Marlin. No matter what mode you play, they made sure the new map is in rotation. I think it's in the rotation for the next couple hours, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to just start warming up a bit. I'm going to start into the regular battle, but I will open it up to friends. So if anyone else wanted to join in on the lobby, I'll open it to people. But again, we'll just start with Turf 4 just to make this simple. And I'm going to just start with a new Nautilus because I need to... I need to get this into my system now. 210 special. Get used to it. I must. I'm gonna register it, because I'm gonna try to use this a lot for now. I'm glad to finally have a bomb again. Also, do you want to see something cursed? That's cursed. Why'd I do this? I can't see. Put them back down. It's just, it's kind of a stupid one, but hey, I can adjust it. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. Still coping about the Nautilus thing, but besides that, I'm good. I'm happy to finally have a bomb, but 210, man. And why? It's just this. Like, you don't need to make that so hard to get. Splashdown is not a thing I'm going to be using all the time. I might actually have to change my build a little bit, because this was not meant for a bomb, and I've been running this for like over a year. So I might have to change things. But yeah, if any of my mutuals want to play, I'll open the room. I'll give it another couple minutes just to see. But for right now, if people want to see what's currently in the said rotation for this, I do have to stand by here, right? Yeah, here it is. Well, the site hasn't gotten updated. I don't know if it's going to. Okay, there we go. I just have to refresh it. So, yeah, you can see pretty much every rotation for the next couple hours is going to have that said stage. So, if even in X, I think, as well, right? Yeah, even next battle. So, no matter what mode you're playing, it looks like for the next 24 hours at least. Yeah, this is going all the way to 5 p.m. tomorrow. So, next 24 hours, Marlin Airport is in the rotation. So, if you wanted to try the new stage, it's in that said rotation for a while. So, that's cool. Unfortunately, though, the Salmon Run stage right now is the one from Sizzle season of last year. Salmon Junction. The new stage starts technically like in a couple hours. March 1st, 3 a.m. So, by tomorrow, this new stage will be in rotation all the way until March 6th. So, that's like, what? 4 days? 5 days? Yeah, 5 days. It has 5 days of this new Bone Rattle Arena stage. So, also, this is the new gear too, by the way. Splat Jack 5000. It's like weird looking neon shirt. That's what we get to start this one off, which is neat. Oh, you're in a match right now? Okay, that's fine. That's why I said I'll just leave this open and just check some stuff while I wait for people's response to make sure. I will say I might need either Ink Saver main or maybe like a little bit of Ink Saver sub. I'm going to be using a lot of suctions because suction's like one of the most expensive bombs. It's going to take a lot of ink. That's fine, Matt. Remember, I said it's open mutuals if you want to play. It's no obligation. Don't axle down about not being able to play. It's okay. I will say, this might actually be a better kit for me to use in Splat Zones now, thinking about it. Because with the bomb, along with Splashdown, that's really good for capping a zone, so we'll see how this works. I'm testing it for turf first, but I'm definitely going to want to take it in zones at some point. But yeah, again, we're going to be trying out all these weapons here. So it's not just going to be this thing. It's going to be almost like a whole variety of different kits this time around. Like different weapon classes. There's a lot of them. So this is the new stage, the airport. Interesting thing about this stage is they finally brought back propellers. So this has not been a thing since Splatoon 2, which means people could die by them. Map is nice and big. That's the one thing I've been really liking about modern map design now, because they've kind of fixed their like first year map problem, I will say. Where maps were just way too small and congested. Now they feel a lot bigger. And also they actually have walls, which is a big deal. Kind of need that for the whole gimmick of the squid search, and we never had that until recent. Thankfully, there's no like new special in this, so every special they introduce, I know how to use. Okay, good. I had a feeling I wouldn't kill him normally, so peck him off with a bomb. I gotta say, so far this is not the opposing team's game, because they're not even leaving their base. Nice lag. Dies and then kills me in the grave. This is a very interesting map so far, though. I am liking its core design. Again, they've made maps a lot bigger than they used to in the past. Like, they're actually a decent size with flanks and walls to actually climb up and new gimmicks that actually make sense. They're not just hallway-style maps. Ever since the first Chill Season update, so, you know, December 22, every new map, like, not returning map, but the new ones specifically, all of them have been very similar to each other, very much like a hallway, and that hasn't helped things. So when they introduced those brand new maps in Drizzle Season, so this was back in like August, no, September, it was September last year, it made such a huge difference to see maps that actually had proper like design to them, instead of just being like straight paths. Still got it. Didn't matter if I died or not. I just wanted to take him out in the splashdown. Yeah, this kit's gonna take some time to get used to because I'm so used to not having a bomb. And it's actually kind of throwing me off on ink consumption. But other than that, it's great. Just having a suction bomb again. Funny, a lot of the weapons I gravitate to seem to have suction bomb of all things. Yeah, they did get the push a little bit in the ending, but nope. Still couldn't secure it. Alright, let's change up our weapon now and get a feel of one of the others here. So, I have no idea what to rock with the dualies, but I want to try that first. I'm just going to go with my comeback kit. Because these are very different. And I'm very curious about these for that reason. So, they only have one dodge roll. And they seem to be like a 3 to 5 shot. No, it's 4 shot. 25. Yeah, they're 4 shot no matter what. Okay. It fires really fast and it has some pretty good range to it once you're in dodge roll mode. But because it only has the one roll, That's gonna take some time to get used to. I'm so used to having multiple rolls with this thing. Also, no bomb, just mine. So that's kind of weird too. Would kind of prefer a bomb, to be honest. Oh yeah, new song too. No Plan Survives. I haven't heard this one. I heard the one for the trailer, which is not this song. Everyone be splashed down and coming in. What? Okay. That shot just kind of came out of nowhere, man. That's a trend so far tonight. I'm dying for the people with some lag. I am liking this song. I've not talked too much in this match just so I can hear it. These dualies also have a very interesting kind of like firing pattern too. They're way more effective when you're doing the dodge because they shoot so fast. So it's very, very strong once you do that. But without that, a little too slow at times. That was one off. Really? I was one bullet off. They didn't have to flop on that. That was just kind of stupid. It is turf war. This mode doesn't matter. You'll be celebrating too soon, and then we win. Like, it's a game mode. It's definitely a mode of all time. How about with better taunts? Like, I never understood the squid bagging one only because it's just kind of boring. Yep, see, it's a double teamed on that one. Yeah, see, I didn't expect to win that. The problem I have with these dualies specifically is just that I need a bomb, but I have that problem almost every weapon in Splatoon that doesn't have a bomb. Ink mines are extremely situational. I don't think it works on a dualie. Like, dualies are going back and forth all over the place as fast as possible to attack people, so to give it mines doesn't make sense. Like, those mines aren't going to be as helpful. Those are usually good for weapons that aren't going everywhere and more for, like, very specific spots. Which is why you see them, like, on, like, a charger, for example. Or maybe a splatling would make sense, but not these. Alright, the other new weapon was the new umbrella. And then this, I'm going to put back on the glasses at least, so I can have run speed on it. It has bubble, okay, so I'm probably just gonna leave what I have on, that should be fine. I don't know how strong this thing's supposed to be, though. 90. That's actually powerful. And that's a really fast shield, too, holy crap. But how strong is the shield itself? Like, the idea of this, I think, is supposed to get more shields, because the name Recycled Umbrella. It's essentially like bamboozler, because it's just made out of, like, bamboo parts. That's almost nothing but squiffers. That's interesting. I don't know how fast it's supposed to regenerate, but with the name, like, Recycled Parts, I imagine it's gotta be pretty fast. gonna be a hard game to really test how effective the actual, like, Umbrella Shield is if everyone's gonna just be using a charger. Oh yeah, I already got it back, so that's like maybe like 3 seconds of that. I haven't even seen all that ink hungry. Like, these things are normally very ink hungry. The shield used a decent amount, but nothing that, like, crazy. Yeah, that was like about 3 seconds. This comes back really fast. Unfortunately, Big Bubble is still as effective as always, which means almost not at all. It's really only good on a handful of weapons because range. Or just power. This thing doesn't have either. Like, it has some strength, but not enough, I think, for Big Bubble. Oh, that shield's weak. That guy got to take it out with one good charge. Dude, I didn't mean to let that go so fast. Oh my gosh, that actually worked. Oh my god. But the shield does like no damage though. I hit him with it and it looked like he was not covered at all. Normally, Umbrellas do a tiny bit more than that. I think it's like 3 good bumps of the shield. You can kill someone with it. For like the normal Umbrellas. Okay. The one time safe for the ride of their elevator. Oh god, yep. And the Umbrella shield is also very weak to attacks too, because even that flings and took it out immediately. So it's a risk versus reward weapon. It works really well, and it might be a little bit better than like standard Umbrellas in some applications, I guess. I don't know. This is one I would like to see probably develop more. So, I don't know. This is one we gotta need to see more of to know how good it can be. Right now, it's like, that's hard to tell. It seems okay. Wow, okay. I thought I was gonna get the guy, but no, he got one of my teammates. Captain Mac came back. I mean, in some ways I am too, but now actually getting to play it on some modes, I'm kinda, I think it really depends on the mode. It really does. I hated this map last Splatfest. This map got the honor of being the worst map in history in this game because of that last Splatfest. So it's not on the good foot. This one was terrible last time. And Splat Zones is weird. I've seen so many people die because of the shifting platform. It's fun on tower though. I like it on tower control. Alright, let's change up the weapon. Next up, now I can play whatever I want. So I'm gonna go 52 Gal Deco. And just see how this works. I don't think this will replace the other one, in my eyes. I think the normal 52 is just gonna still be probably the go-to Gal weapon for most people, because it's powerful. It's got itself a wall, so it's really good just to throw up in emergency situations, protect yourself. Then you got Kill a Whale, which is not the most effective thing, but it is still better than Screen. Like, Screen is, like, here on the totem pole. Totem pole starts here, by the way. Like, it doesn't do anything. It's probably my least favorite special in this game for many reasons. Big one is Controversy. This was the most unhealthy special for Splatoon, and I cannot believe they found a way to make things unhealthy like that. That's just saying a lot. Also, that's why I don't care for it either. I couldn't see the leader through my own special. Like, sometimes it actually hinders you more than the opposing team, which is not great design. Like, honestly, it is cool on paper, but in execution, I just don't like the screen at all. It just doesn't work. It really doesn't. So if they had to nuke any specials going to the 4th game, because you know it's gonna happen, this series is selling way too well for them not to make a 4th. Don't bring back Scream. Leave this behind. If there's special designs to leave in previous games, this is one of them. Curling's not bad in this thing, though. Like, it had Curling Bomb Splatoon 2, one of its skits. I think that was the one with Stingray. So, it works. Like, it gets it in battles fast. So, Curling makes sense on a 52. So, I'm not complaining about the bomb. It's just screen. If that special was actually good. Like, that's how I have to word it. If it was actually a good special. Unfortunately, it doesn't really help you much. It actually hinders you more than anything else, I feel, half the time. And then that's not even to mention just the health concerns with it. Dude, man, it's so hard to get in there with 2 leaders. Like, the most range we have is Swiffer, but they can't outrange a leader. Yeah, see, that's fair because I didn't even block that guy's vision. Nowhere near him. That's why I'm just gonna jump back in. It's only 30 seconds. That's a Kraken. The rare Kraken kill by jumping. I think I have time to jump. Yeah, I feel like I didn't really get to do all that much in that game. But range problems, man. Like, there's really not much you can do with range. Like, I swear, this map is like, it's okay in turf and zones, but it's like you never go to one side, and that just makes it kind of weird. That's why it's better than other modes, I feel. Like, surprisingly, it's not that bad in Claim Blitz, and I thought I was gonna have the same problem as turf with the 2-section thing. But, no, it's actually not that bad. Okay, next up, let's see. If anything else, It really depends on the map. If we get that again, I'd want to do a charger of my own. If not, you know what, let me just get the screen weapons out of the way, because I don't care for this. I'll just get out of the way now. Like, this weapon's okay. I like its comboing. It's just, again, if Scream was better, then there'd be a good reason to pick this over the basic Flings of Roller, but 10 missiles alone is still one of the best specials in this game. So, why would you pick this? Like, missiles are just that important in some cases. You still want a weapon with missiles. So, again, why would you pick this? Yeah, also forget that there's a new map, by the way, because this is the 3rd bluefin. I will say, they definitely picked an interesting map to put in Turf War for their first maps for the season, because, yeah, let's just put in the other map from the previous season, but not the new one specifically. No, one of the returning ones that's from a game from like 8 years ago. You would think they would put in Rotom, or, you know, like the ramen stage. I can never say its name right. It's like the one stage I always get wrong. But you get the idea. Like, I'm surprised they didn't put ramen in as the first stage in the rotation, because that is a brand new stage from last season. And I feel like they used Bluefin a little more often than they used the other map at times. Like, because of Tricolor especially from this past Splatfest. Speaking of, we also know about a new Splatfest happening in March, which I'm surprised we're getting one in March. I guess now we're just starting to do the thing where we're going to get a Splatfest in the same month as Big Run, even though we didn't last season, so that's why I'm surprised. But now we know, at least, that our Splatfest here, because it's in our regional, what instrument would you like to play? And it's guitar, drums, and piano, so keyboard. And there's only one answer for me, because I've actually played an instrument. Like, I'm going straight guitar, because that is the actual instrument I've learned to play in the past. I have not picked it up in over 10 plus years so I like it, but I definitely don't remember how to play it. It's been too long. Life got in the way. Plus, I didn't really have, like, a teacher after, like, a certain point, so that didn't help things. And I didn't know how to read sheet music, and no one would teach me. Even went to paid people, and they turned me down, too. It's like, isn't that your job? Like, I will literally pay you to learn how to read sheet, and I got turned down, which is one of the dumbest things. That's a whole other argument. Dude, really? How did I not kill with the fling? Fly doesn't win this time. Something's really weird. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't think their new scoring system is gonna fix this like one-sided issue that Splatfest has. I think the only way to fix that is to get rid of 3 teams. We're gonna see that issue until the day this game is done. But in terms of like the balancing, I really hope this scoring system makes it so it's not like a full-on one team leads all kind of victory. Like that is just. That's been plaguing this game since the first unofficial Splatfest in some ways. Because that even happened back with the... Alright, throw this. That even happened with like the world premiere in some fashion. Not as bad, but you definitely could feel that the team going in the tricolor kind of had an advantage. So I really hope that we just get rid of the 3 teams next game. But for now, the scoring thing I hope is kind of like a good temporary fix. Something that actually makes this game a lot more balanced on fests. Yeah, it was a very close game. Can we get the new map, please? Like, as much as I like Bluefin, I also don't like it right now. I want to play the new map. Again, Bluefin's fine. I think it's just better on other modes. Turf doesn't really work. But I'm done with the bad weapons. Well, bad special weapons. They're good at everything but screen. Like, you just make screen better, and these things are fine. But as it is, splatter color screen holds them back. Speaking of holding back, we gotta do it. We gotta do the bad one, man. I'm gonna need a lot. You know what? We'll just leave it like this. This is fine. Talk about a weapon that just pretty much got taken out before it even had a chance to live. How many frames was it into the trailer where everyone knew that this weapon was doomed to begin with? Literally, when we first saw this weapon in the reveal of the Fresh season, everyone knew, okay, don't pick it. Because the first thing we see is the weapon coming down from the sky with splashdowns. Like, oh boy. Why? Yes, the backline weapon that never goes in the front should have the frontline special. Because that makes sense. I don't know, man. I really don't understand, like, this specific season's, like, kit distributing. Like, they have some good decisions in here, but holy crap, there's a lot of bad decisions. And this weapon is, like, a good example of that. Like, wall kind of works for this. So I don't think the sub is a problem. It's just, why with the splashdown, though? Seriously. I have to get up close and personal to someone with this thing. And that's not my role. Now, I know you can make the argument, why did they do that with the E-leaders there? Because custom E-leader 4K got Kraken. Same problem, right? No, that actually makes more sense. They did that in Splatoon 1, and that was one of the best snipers in that game. It was so powerful, and it helped one of its main weaknesses. If it got up close and personal with someone, because someone snuck up on you, you could just pop Kraken, and you're fine, because that's not only an invincibility special, but it's also really powerful. In this game, because of how heavily nerfed Kraken is by comparison to Splatoon 1, it feels a lot more like a risk versus reward to use it. It just makes sense. But here, with Splashdown, the same argument can be made, but This thing doesn't paint that well to get splashdown, and splashdown you can die in the middle of, so it doesn't protect you in the same way that a Kraken can. And it feels like you gotta put yourself in danger more often to use Kraken. Kraken you can pop as an E-leader and use it from far away, and then you can make your way towards the opponent. So it makes more sense for that weapon to have a special like that. Like when you compare the two, it really does show which ones kind of work better and which ones don't. Kind of really the takeaway here. See, case in point, I got taken out. I couldn't actually do anything. Again, though, we have 2 chargers. This is why I don't think this was a good map to put in the rotation right now with the new stage. Because I think this one a little heavily towards the sniper class. Which makes it a little hard to get back into the midsection. I can't even get on the floor. It's literally that bad. And mind you, I'm a long-range weapon too, and I can't even do anything. And we're playing Drum Conflicted. Hey, yes, maybe finally the first Splatfest where we don't pick the same teams then. Which honestly, that's fine with me. Finally, competition. Are we actually gonna be able to do anything now? Holy crap. Still not sure what I'm doing with this weapon though. I'm just gonna pop this, just the paint. Like at that point I didn't really care to do anything else. So that was worth it. Yeah, this thing is kind of weird. Like I don't see the point over picking this version of the explosion compared to the original. Like the original is just better. Like you have point sensor and you have ink storm, and while point sensor may be hit or miss, it depends on the person you ask for that. It's still useful for a backline weapon, just to give information. And storm helps on a weapon like this too, because you can stay at a distance to use it. So I don't know, this one just makes no sense to me. I think it's like a fun game to play around with, but I don't see this thing really being useful if we want to like climb up rankings. It's gonna be hard to use. And if we're gonna be on the sniper focus map, fine. Convert me. I'm not gonna use the scope version just because. Play recorder, you don't know. Play violin, you don't know either. So it's like, I guess it's only like 2 people in the group that we know that's played the instruments in this said fest. And honestly, I don't know what other instruments they could have picked, because I think the ones they picked were the best ones. Of course, the one time I pick a sniper, we're not going back to Bluefin. I broke the curse. But no, I think like they picked the best instruments to represent an instrument theme fest, because those are some of the most popular instruments. Like when you look at who plays what, those 3 are always like talked about from people, no matter what kind of genre. So I think they picked like some of the best things for that said fest. I might get up high. Give me a fall though. Thanks for the ink. That's the one time Cracker wouldn't have helped me at all, because I'm metal great. Again, we got the wrong map for me to pick the E-leader, because Bluefin actually would have worked better. I'm getting out of here. Especially when he pops a Trizuka in my face. That just seems disrespectful. Get out of here. Did he just make that jump? Man, didn't think that'd be enough. And I'm having the problem because I picked the scope version hoping we would get bluefin, and here we are on non-bluefin. So I kind of got screwed over by, you know, typical luck. I mean, that's about right, but still. The problem is my hands are very shaky for scope. That's why I can't play them. So when I'm trying to do a very, like, precise shot with this thing, I am definitely missing my target. And then I have no way of fighting close range. Like, this is a great weapon. It's just not for me. That's the problem I have. Like, I love playing chargers for fun. I just can't do it seriously. Like, I know how to use the weapon. It doesn't mean I'm good with it. I literally missed almost every single shot. I think I got maybe 2 shots at most. I've seen some people actually be able to, like, do so many crazy things to the scope version of these weapons. I'm gonna give that one a second try because there is a second kit technically, so I'll use the non-scope variant next. Love to see the KD on that be pretty bad because I'm not good with scopes, as I say. Oh, I actually got 3 shots. I don't remember getting the 3rd, though. Like, it's weird. I feel like I'm more accurate without the scope, even though that's the whole point of the scope. But to me, it's just... because of my shaky hands, I guess I just have a harder time. When I pick the weapon for bluefin, we keep on getting non-bluefin. I mean, hey, we're at least fine with playing the new stage. Which is the actual bomb variant. Are you gonna purchase any of the new weapons out of curiosity? Because everyone gets 1 Sheldon license to start the season, so you can get one of the new things if you only have the 1 ticket. And if so, what's the weapon of choice? That goes like everyone in chat. What is like the one weapon you're looking forward to the most that's now in this game from the season? Just from what you've seen. Because for me it was Nautilus because that's been my big one, but man, it had to do me dirty with the special output. I had like no ink, I didn't even realize that. Oh, you got both. So I'm guessing you got both of the new weapons, like brand new weapons, the dualies and the umbrella. Because when I say new weapons, I mean even the kits. It's like a very weird position for me to be in. I gotta get out of here. Come here, buddy. I think I got a little damage on him. Well, the Zipcaster's out, so it didn't really make a difference. This also feels like kind of a weird map for me to be sniping on, but it's because of how new it is. Come on. I didn't get to take anyone out. Again, I'm not the best with leaders, but I find them fun. I think now it's going to depend on which mode comes up for which version of this weapon you want to use, because they both have their purposes. That's what I like about the alternate kits when they're done right. When they're both, like, synergetic enough to modes. So, now you just pick it based on preference. Kinda sad, again, some of these newer ones that they've introduced in this season are definitely, like, there were some highlights, but a lot of them people just don't care for. Which is kind of sad. Like, I don't like dismissing things until I use it, and now I'm using some of these, and I can kind of see the first impressions people had. I might as well finish the sniper class now. Although with this, I don't know if I need something that powerful, so I'll just go with this shirt. Which, mind you now, I can make it bigger. Sorry, I put the XL version on. I had medium before. That's why it looks so weird. So odd license, just picking which ones you get. I guess it's fair, especially now that you can trade them in for the shell tokens, so it doesn't matter. Like, if you don't want all the weapons, you can just use it for tickets. Or, like, rolls. I always think of the shell thing as like an actual ticket machine. I don't know why. I'm that guy who always wants to have all the weapons anyways, just for variety's sake, but at the same time, when you have so many licenses after a certain point, it doesn't matter. And since you get one per weapon, it kind of adds up. It's helped I made a lot of content on this game already over the past, like, year and a half, so that gives me a lot of weapons to use. Which, in turn, gives me their licenses. Got him. Nice. I can't believe that actually hit. Yeah, this thing is fun already. I can see this one being interesting. Like, imagine a Zipcaster going to the top rails like, oh, well, he can't hit me from up there. But that's a Swiffer variant. It's like, yeah, I'm hitting you from up there. Like, this is a very powerful weapon to have Swiffer on. I've heard some people ask for a sniper-based Zipcast weapon since day one when this special was introduced. So, now to finally have it, it's like, yeah, I can see why people ask. This makes sense. Dude, I can't believe that actually reached me. I don't know why I didn't think that full amount of damage would. Thought only like a piece of it would. Nice auto bomb. Nice. That was a gamble I was willing to take. Unfortunately, that one didn't pay out as well. Dude, I just want to swim away. Why with all the laggy people so far? You hit me through the wall, sir. Call legal actions. Come back when legal on your actions. Yeah, that bro being so fast is actually really good to get in with the shield. Okay, another lag thing, because I saw that random teleport, unless that's like a jank thing with the camera. I'm gonna put it past that, but still. Not good situation. It's like, I thought I was gonna hit him. Missed! It's like, left my white flag at home. Yeah, this thing is fun. Again, I'm not the best with sniper classes, but it's fun. Like, these are weapons I like picking up here and there. And of all of them, I think Squiffer has been my favorite. So to see Squiffer get a kit like this, this is so much better than the original. Holy crap, dude. Like, this is a powerful version of the weapon. Like, Point Sensor and Big Bubbler were more support-based things, and it kind of worked, but also kind of didn't for the weapon. I feel like this is way better. Alright, we only have, like, how many more? 2 more? I'll say Dread Ringer for last. Why not? Go with some Glugas. He's going to be very ink-hungry, so... hopefully comeback should help with that. I won't be using bombs much, so that should be okay. Umbrella was definitely teleporting. Hang on, which one was that? Oh, you mean their new version of the Umbrella, the Recycle Umbrella. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I noticed one of the, like, replays, he kind of, like, jumped around, which looked off, so I'm not surprised. The big one I was noticing sometimes was the roller, which is, I swear, it's almost like a tradition with a netcode. If you run into a laggy player, use your roller or a brush. Because I've had plenty of lag people be those specific weapons of all things. Especially rollers. I don't know why. It's just consistently been rollers for me over the past 8.5 years. Ooh, I dodged into him, which was a mistake. I almost feel like Respawn Punch Stretch makes a little more sense for Bowser dualies, just because of the range. Like, it's still a little risk versus reward to use that, but that was the worst time for Killer Whale, apparently. Still risk versus reward to use that that perk, I should say, because if you die with it active, it just makes your life worse. While at the same time, it just, I don't know, man. Respawn Punisher has kind of been in this weird spot. It was introduced in Splatoon 2 to fix the quick spawning issues that the first game had, but with them nerfing quick respawn, it didn't actually need to have like another counter like measure to it. And now looking at how Respawn Punisher works now, it's just like it just doesn't really do much of anything but just stall. Like, I think a lot of the community kind of agrees, like, we just don't like using it because it just makes games take longer. Like, there's no advantage to it. It just makes everything take longer. Okay, didn't think that would actually hit someone. But it did. Alright, only one left. Let me jump the Tom Nook. That helped having the point sensor on the Brella player, because I was able to tell if he was using that Brella for a shield or not. Like, in those kind of situations, that's when point sensor is useful. I think it makes sense on this weapon. If this weapon already has good enough range, it can work without a bomb, and Trizuka also makes up for that. So I think this one's fine. I think I heard some people kind of complain about the Gluga Dually kit when it was first announced, but now playing with it, I think it's okay. Like, the original one's just powerful enough because Booyah Bomb. Let's not kid ourselves. Booyah's still one of the best specials aggressively in this game as well. So I think both of these Glugas now have pretty solid picks. Both have their merits of using. At least I got that one guy out of here. That's good. I've seen a lot of people rock that auto shot replica, so that's how you know a lot of people have been playing a lot of side order, which makes sense. Like, so far, it's gonna be stupid to say, but still the best part about this season is not the season. It's side order. And that came a week before French season started. So that's it's kind of a mixed bag kind of review if you hear that as like the opening line. Eating dinner's gonna jump off. Okay, that is fine. So enjoy your food, and I guess see you in a bit then. I'll finish up this weapon checking in Splat Zones, I guess. I have one more left, so I'm gonna play a little more of this. I'll stop the series. Zones make sense for Dreadringer, so I'll definitely want that in zones. I think I'll probably go with just this too, because honestly, this I don't know what to use with this kind of a weapon yet. Definitely want to do a series, because I need to get my rank back up now. Every season this happens, but it's whatever. I just don't have the time to grind it out. That's the problem. Like, I have mixed feelings about the idea of it downgrading every season like this. You don't play enough, but also I understand why to do it. It's something to keep the player base more balanced. Because if you're a player that grinds this game out all the time and you have the high ranking, it will keep you in that high ranking so you still play with those same people. So the skill ceiling makes sense at that point for you. But if you're not playing all that often and you pick up the game later to try it out after like a couple months of not playing it, and you're still in that high rank, you'll get slammed. So bring you down to like a level the game considers you to be at makes sense. I'm fine with this. It just kind of feels weird. It's like, what are like the threshold requirements to stay at a certain rank? Has always kind of felt off to me. I think if you want to be an S+, you gotta be like S plus 10, which I think is asking a little too much of the player. That is a grind. And because that locks X, that's a grind to get back in. So I think my problem is once you hit the S ceilings, then it's just a little too much to ask for. Because I was like S plus 1 before, and I thought that'd be good enough, and it put me back to S. So the answer is no, it's not. Not good enough. I actually want the other Dreadringer right now because zones cheese. I can't believe I'm asking for Reef Slider, but I am. Okay, it actually makes sense in zones. Problem with this specific weapon, okay. I'm afraid I'm gonna just die out of nowhere because that guy has some bad lag. Okay, well, he took a bit, but at least he didn't kill me on the way out. But no, this Dreadringer, I don't think it's as good as the original. Because it needs some kind of thing to combo off of. And Wavebreaker kind of is that and kind of not. The problem with Wavebreaker is just very easy to dodge. And with this weapon only doing 90 damage at the most when you're attacking someone, you need something else to finish that opponent off fast. Otherwise, you're having to do like 2 full sloshes. And that's what makes it hard to use this kick. Without a bomb, then some of those combos you don't really have anymore. And while Suction wasn't the best bomb for Dread, it still worked. Get out of here. Like, beacons on this thing I just don't think works. The special's fine, it's just beacons don't work. That's the problem. Like, I noticed that a lot with these kits when they were announced. It's like there's that one thing about the weapon that just doesn't work. In the case of this one, it beacon. That was a fast game too. Like, I wouldn't say this thing's terrible. I think it would have its use cases. Like, there are some weapons that are just way harder to use in this season, I would say. This isn't one of them. It's just more situational. Yeah, that's all the new weapons. It was like, what, 8, I think, in total? Something like that. Let me look. So starting here, I'm not going to count the 2 different versions of the same sniper, because that's just stupid. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weapons. Okay. It's 8 new kits. I only want to count the E-Leader twice because of the scope version, and then 2 brand new ones. So I wasn't wrong. I just had to clarify, apparently. Alright. Actually, let's just go right in here, because I wanted to try this seriously now in zones. This is now my thing I need to try. How does this work? Because I feel like this compared to normal Nautilus, that's the question. Which one's the better one for splat zones? Because this is my go-to weapon for zones. It just works best for me. And with it having splashdown, that's really good for capping the zone with suction bomb as well. It's just gonna be really hard to get the splashdown. That's besides the point. And right now in open, I feel like a lot of people are just going to want to use the new weapons, so it shouldn't matter what I pick, because everyone's going to be picking something I'm probably not familiar with. That Barella's just nothing but jump. So if they're in danger, they'll just teleport out. There's someone on that propeller. I wouldn't be surprised if we had someone jump down. Oh crap, this is a bad spot to be in. Somehow I traded. Surprised. Nice. All right, good. Now we just keep this push up. I just paint a little more of that zone just to secure it. Get what up? That's a good use of splashdown right there. I'm surprised it didn't get taken out. Although I think the only one that had the capabilities of trying was Explosher, and yeah, he's a little too slow for that. Ah, man. You know what? It wouldn't have mattered. I clicked on the stick when I died, but I don't think it would have mattered because I would have died in the splashdown. I don't know if I would have been able to even get out the 2 fists in time. Like, it was that fast. This also kind of feels like a weird map to swim back on at first, but at the same time, didn't want to jump back in, so it's like, I don't know. This one feels like there's going to be more situations where it's like risk versus reward on jumping in or swimming, because it takes a while to get back with all the terrain. Barely. Man, I barely got that charge out. Someone jumping in. Hopefully the team watches that. And they don't have stealth jump, so they're very obvious jumping in. Like, you can see it coming. At least I got the zone painted, so that's fine. Good. All right, keep it up. We're at 15. Not many points left that we need, and they don't have much time. So we can get this pressure up. We just got this victory. And they were almost going to contest it. That was really close to being contested. All right. Good. So, yeah. No, this is going to be better for zones in some fashion, I feel. Like, it's funny to say that now because they did buff the Ink Storm. So now I can heal teammates in it. But even with that, Ink Storm is still like trickle damage on opponents, so it's situational. And not having a bomb is like the big thing to the other version of Nautilus that makes it hard to use. You're really relying on the main gun's power to kill people. because the main gun is all you really have until you build up special. So having suction bomb is going to be helpful. Again, the biggest problem I have with this is 210 for splashdown. Like that. Is that the highest point to special we have in this game right now? 210? I'm trying to think. What other weapons are this high? And I can't think of anything else. I'll have to check, because I legit cannot think of anything else that is this high. I think 210 is the highest. At least this thing is a weapon that paints really good, so it can get it better than like other weapons that would be cursed with this 210. But like, see, here's what I don't understand about this. Why is Nautilus 210 with splashdown when they think splashdown's overpowered, at least in like the head of the devs? But 190p arrow spray still exists for Booyah Bomb. Like, I'm sorry, but one of these is a greater evil, and it's not the one you think. Like, I don't understand why that thing... How many months has it been since I nerfed that thing down to 190p? And it's still that. Because that is, like, the one weapon you never want to see in turf and splat zones, because you know what it's going to do for most of its life. And sure enough, every time you run into an aerospray, it's the spammer. And when it's the gold variant, you know it's not the babooyas. They only made that problem worse when they made it easier to get. I really do wonder sometimes what goes through like dev minds when they decide to like nerf certain weapon special output that were already bad on spamming. Because it's not the first time they've done that. They've done that to a couple different weapons over the years in Splatoon. It's not just this game that has that problem. Oh, okay. Well, that's a lag. Game's over. Hang on, let me just shoot this real quick. Alright, we're good. What did I miss? And I don't think the devs truly know the most evil combo till the community outcries it. Well, the problem is they do, though, and they still don't know. How long does Penso get to get away with its said special? Like, come on. At this point, Japan has shown it to the devs. With, like, what? The Koshin tournaments have been using nothing but pencils? And that still has been not changed at all. And the community's like, can we just please fix this thing? It's way too easy to get these specials with this weapon. It's like, can we stop? It's like, I think they're just like selective hearing. That's the problem. They change certain things and don't change others. No one knows why. The devs just work in mysterious ways. And I feel like with something like the Sniper Raider class, that's like the one every single person has been complaining about now for literal months, and it has not changed. And at this point, when you know Japan is starting to complain about it, you know it's a problem that they're just not hearing. And no one understands how that's getting past them at this point. So, again, I think it's selective hearing. Alright, but after this game, I'm out of my ticket, so I'll be backing out to get probably a different one on, and I'll use that time to see what other weapons are 210. Because so far, it's just this one I'm thinking of. I thought there was like another gun in this game that was a very high special. 200 is usually like the cap for most weapons. They don't usually go over 200. Because that's already kind of hard to get for a lot of weapons, even the ones that are super good at painting. So to go past 200 is a rarity. Also gotta get used to fighting on stage that have propellers again, because the platform moving up and down like that is gonna take time to get used to. I was one bullet away too. And it's so ironic I didn't die from the hammer, it was from the other Nautilus. Like hammer's in front of my face, dies from Nautilus. Yeah, okay. There we go. Cap the zone real fast. That's the big thing about this special that I really like. Really good for painting, so it's good for zones. Good that this is like the first rotation here that has zones. Like open specifically being the one for this is great for me because I can experiment without have to worry about my rank. Yeah, I'm gonna be taking a chance with the player base because matchmaking just doesn't exist in this mode. I'm getting literally whatever skill level, but that's fine. Like, you're not playing Anarchy open for proper balancing because at that point, you're just playing this just to play. You don't care if you're running into like people the same skill level or not because of the drip feed point level. It's not designed for that. So I don't care. I'm just here to experiment. Experiment I will. And I will try. Dang, man. 2 points. We're so close. I want to get off. I want to get off this crazy ride. I feel like I want to have a one-on-one with the Nautilus and then send the E-Leader. No, you don't. Good trade. Unfortunately, that didn't work at all. Like, I did contest for like 0.5 seconds. Alright, we need it back. Good. That was very close. I was worried that they were just going to take it via knockout. If they kept it any longer, that would have been a knockout. I didn't have any charge. And it was so risky to not go in anymore because if I left, it would have died anyways. Alright, what we got? 1 minute left, so this could still be a knockout on our side. Now it's going to be a very back and forth game. But it's going to end in a knockout, I feel, regardless. Like, is us getting the knockout or is the opposing team? There's no way this is not a knockout anymore. It's going to be down to the wire. But I think we got it. There's no way to get back in. We won. GG's. When I see that timer at like 5 and then our main one at 2, it's like they can't. It's too blue. They're just done. Alright, let's look at literally every weapon in this game and see what's even close to 210. I have no easy way of actually checking, unfortunately, though, because I have to go through every weapon manually for it. There's no other way, but this is fine. We're just going to do like a quick scroll and see if anything catches our eye. We're only looking for 210s. There's plenty of 200s, but we're looking for 210s. This is the only one I can think of, so we'll see. Oh, here you go. Number 2. I didn't realize 96 Deco was 210, but I think that did get nerfed at one point. Man, why is it all the weapons I gravitate towards that bad point for special? Okay, that's number 3, but that was a more recent nerf. Like, what? Like, main season nerf? Mid-season? Last season? Something like that. 3. 4, custom dually. That got nerfed like a couple months ago. Notice which ones, by the way. Super Chomp on a weapon that was high up in Koshin tournaments in Japan. Tacticooler, obviously. Kraken, obviously. Splash on this weapon now that I'm using, obviously. Like, these are weapons that were considered really powerful from dev. Squeezer, yep. That's another one. Dryzuka's the big reason why. So what's that so far? 5? Yeah, it's 5. I think that's the only one on this page. Okay. 6, I'm only counting that once for very obvious reasons. It's the same thing. Which this one's kind of funny. Triple Ink Strike may be powerful, but it's a charger. You're lucky if this thing gets like 1 Triple Ink Strike a minute. Like that. is one of the more excessive. And then same for E-liter. This one, I don't understand why it's 210. I think this one's a little too high. Weight breakers are barely seen from an E-liter. That's 7. 8, 9. Okay, this one makes sense. Ballpoint splat lane, because it was really powerful at one point. They had to tone it back, and this was the best way of doing it. And then Stamper had kind of the same thing. It's usually like the weapons that are very high tier that usually get adjusted like that. So these are weapons that are talked about a lot. And especially Flings a Roller makes sense. I think that was like almost immediate nerfing to this thing within the first couple months because of 10 missiles. It's like 9. It said 7 for this. 8, 9, 10, 11. 220. Okay, new record. New record on that. I kind of forgot there was a 220 in this game because that is excessive. I'm complaining about 210. I forgot Sloshing Machine was 220. This thing was very powerful in the beginning. That's why, but that's still a little much. So I said 9, right? No, it was 11. I had to recount myself. There's another one. This was very powerful 1 point. So again, you're seeing the trend. This one, 13. It's funny. This I kind of feel is like they knew how powerful the Sniper Raider was at the time they added this one from last season. That's why points for specials at 210. But the thing is, where's the other one? They know it's very easy to get the special, but this one's still 200. With the more powerful special. With Sprinkler, that gets it more often. Why? I don't understand these devs with this stupid weapon. I don't. I really don't. They're so inconsistent. Okay, there's another one that's 14. And this, I believe earlier on, it was considered kind of strong, and that's why I got 210. But again, I don't understand these devs because they knew the complaints about the Splash-O-Matic, so they made a 210 special. They just made the wrong one 210 because this was the one people were complaining about, the one with the crab, not the Neo. Because I think that wasn't 210 when it came out. I think it was 200. I can't remember. Okay, there's another one, 15. This makes sense. 10 missiles. You get the idea at this point. 16. It's just because Ink Strike, excuse me, was so powerful when they buffed it, and this weapon had like a 200 special. It's really good for paint. Makes sense. We're not counting that. It's the same guns before. So that's 16 weapons in total. Of like the, how many pages is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 100 plus. So like 105 weapons minus 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 101 weapons. Of all those, it's 16. Mind you, the worst culprit is probably Sloshing Machine with 220. That's a little excessive. Why is that still 220? This thing can't get specials to save its life anymore because of that. It's a little much. I understand why it got higher, but holy crap. It's a little too high. But yeah, 210 is like, as you can see, the rare one is not that. Is apparently the singular 220. But at the same time, do the math. Most of the weapons are like, they usually go around 200 as like their cap. 210 if they think the weapon is super powerful. 210 is them saying, we hear you, this weapon spams the special too much, so we're going to make it less spammy. Like, that's what 210 usually means. But for a weapon to start as 210 is not usually a case. Like, some weapons get it, but a lot of weapons, I don't feel like go past 200 when it first come out. But I think that's the highest point to special they've ever done, 220. I don't know if there's anything past that. I would have to Google it to see, because I don't know. Man. Like, I'm still learning new stuff about Splatoon to this day. And I want to be careful when I'm saying this one specifically, because I do have the friendly tag on, and I don't swear in these streams for obvious reasons, but I did learn a very interesting fact about Splatoon 2 literally yesterday. And I had to go back into the VOD to see if it's something that still exists in this game. It's such a weird thing. They left a swear word in the game. Let's just say that. A dev snuck in a swear word with the squid language. And it doesn't seem to exist in this game. But it's also hilarious to think that that is something they got through the censors. I'll have to, like, look back at the specifics. I think I can, like, pull it up on their wiki, but the wiki made, like, a very interesting decision because it's the F-bomb. So they had to, like, make a decision. How the heck do we show this to be accurate, but at the same time, not swear on our site in case, like, a kick clicks it. So you have to log in to see it. Otherwise, it's censored. It's really stupid. But it was, what was it? I think Jalonzo from Splatoon 2. The jellyfish from the store, the clothing store. It was one for the shirts. His shirt on Tuesdays, the one he wore on Tuesday, that logo pretty much just said F you. Which is really weird to see, because this was a kid's game from the very concept stage. And somehow, that's the thing they chose to put on the shirt. I don't know why, but it's also hilarious. And it looks like that same shirt, I didn't see it. I looked back at the VOD on Tuesday, because it was a Tuesday that we were playing Side Order and we unlocked Inkopolis Square. So that means I was able to go in the same shop and see, does he have the swear word? The answer is no. He wasn't wearing the same shirt. So they might have finally kicked, kicked that shirt out of his said wardrobe. People wonder if they're going to update Splatoon 2 to get rid of that. Now, people knew about the little swearing Easter egg, but they never updated it to get rid of that shirt. So that's still in the game now. It's really stupid, but yet, like, such a weird fact. That was the most gimp splashdown. That's still killed? How in the world, dude? That's because of the fist, but still. That shouldn't have worked. Good. Got it. Alright, I found the shirt in question, so I'm going to show people it. But obviously I'm not going to elaborate. I'll see if I can find the video that talked about it while I get this ready too. I'll just post the video I watched that talked about this in chat as well. Nice, I already got my first license. Let's go. Okay, there we go. I got it. So, this was the shirt in question. Yeah, that thing. That shirt looks perfectly fine and wholesome. But underneath that red icon with those blurred out looking Squidwords, excuse me, is the F-bomb. Want to know more? Check out that video because that was a fun watch. it actually talks about it, and the guy talked to the person that actually found out that specific little hidden thing, and then posted about it, which became a meme. This is the stuff I find watching late at night. Just trying to chill. It's like, I'll find random facts. And that shirt is only in the rotation on Tuesdays. So, Jalfonso only wears that shirt on a Tuesday specifically. But on that day, you get a curse word, if you know what it means. But it's in Splatoon 2 only. He doesn't seem to have that shirt in this game, which makes sense. I didn't jump to him with a beacon. Beacon, okay. I was trying to go beacon, so that's good. Dude, this song specifically is giving me like Spark the Electric Jester Final Boss vibes. Like, if people actually were there for that stream, remember that song? You know, the super heavy rock that sounds like a sort of a Sonic adventure game? Yeah, it kind of gives me those vibes. Dude, what a technical mess of a series that is, but they're also like really good with soundtracks. Somebody want to play the third. I'm just afraid to after the trend that we've had with those stupid games on streams. I can't wait for the third game to set something on fire. Because that's only the natural progression. Like, I'll just load it up and it's going to be all red. It's like, there's the fire. The game burned itself. We like those old Wii's that have, like, bad graphics cards nowadays. You plug them in, they're all red. Like, oh. I can see the graphics card literally set itself on fire. What is it now? 8:40. I think we're gonna go until like the rotation change, and then I'm probably gonna jump at the side order. I'll take a break in the middle of that though, so I can swap over. And that'd be a good time for me to get up anyway, so that makes sense. I figured we'll play some of the new season to start, just because I streamed side order on Tuesday. So, because we already played some of it earlier in the week, I figured for the people who were skipping out for spoiler reasons, chill out for a bit for the new content that just dropped anyways when we start. Makes sense. Plus, I can't skip that part. Like, I gotta sit through that news. I might as well jump into the multiplayer, because it's really pushing me forward. Man, so close. I was so close to taking him out before he took me out. Jump the beacon. Ooh, I didn't see the paintbrush there. I mean, that's fair. He had Ninja Squid, so I can't really see him in ink. And I should have used my special there, but I didn't want to waste it on that specific interaction. Like, if I got out of that situation, I could have used it somewhere else. And that was what I was hoping for. Dude, the platform moving actually made that not work. Oh, crap, man. That's going to be something to get used to, too. If the fists are above the grates, then they don't go through them. But because I started splash down below the grates, I thought they were going to go below the grates, and then someone pushed the platform up. So, yeah, that didn't work out. Oh god, I almost landed right on a crack head. I don't think I'm gonna live, yeah. I can't jump out here in time. Our E-leader putting down these beacons have been really good. And he's got the sub power on it too, so we jump back really fast. It also feels good to have a map that has proper walls for the Zipcaster special. That thing actually can be useful now. Like, Zipcaster is such a mixed bag special. It really depends on the map. Like, any of the maps that are introduced, like, chill season, until drizzle season, it really show, like, Brine Water, Barnacle and Dime, Umani. It's like, there's no walls to grab onto, outside like a handful. So it was so hard to use a special like that. But now with stages like this, you actually have places to zip to. It's a miracle. Like, seriously, I think like that special's so hard to use on Barnacle and Dine specifically. Like, Umani at least has some structures here and there you can grab onto, especially with the signposts, but there's almost nothing at Barnacle and Dine to grab onto. Just like some walls in mid and like the structure going into the enemy base, and that's all you get. And again, that's kind of like that in Umani, but I don't know why. It just feels like you could use it more often there. Again, maybe it's the signs. I don't know. I'm just glad the map design's been getting better since the 1 year mark into this game. Because, man, these maps were kind of whatevers for a while there. Like, they were okay, but they weren't anything to write home about. I don't know what I would say would be one of my favorite maps from this, but of all the brand new maps they made specifically for this game, what would be people's favorite? Because it's hard for me to really pin it down, but it has to be one of the newer ones they've added since, like, Drizzle. Like, I really like the ramen map. Aesthetically, gameplay-wise, I think that's so great. It might be my favorite. Because it's like that, or it is, like, maybe Crab Leg, because I really like Crab Leg as well in a lot of modes. Like, the ones they added in when the game first came out, I thought were fine, but nothing really memorable about them. Outside of, like, very specific problems for some maps, or some modes were really fun like this or that. Because I think of the four, I think Hagglefish is probably the best from launch line. Hagglefish worked in almost every mode. It was a lot of fun. Eeltail was the one map that made worse with an update, so that map was already kind of okay when it first came out, and then it just went from okay to why is this a thing with an update. It's actually hilarious. If they do another kind of revamp, I would kind of hope that would be one of the maps they can fix. I just don't know what they would do to it, so I'm kind of afraid if they do a rework on that map, because they tried it once and they took away more platforms, so definitely not Barnacle. Like, honestly, Barnacle and Dime, I think it depends on the mode. Like, on Turf War, it's bad. Splat Zones is okay, even though it has similar problems, but Splat Zones is better than Turf, I feel, for that map. Tower and Rainmaker both have kind of like a similar issue to it, because like once you get to like the last few points worth of a push, you basically can just win the game like instantly. So that's kind of a negative to the map. Other than that, they're pretty good. I think Clamblitz is the best for it. But a lot of maps seem to have that kind of Clamblitz is best for situation. Yeah, I figure we're winning now. I'm just trying to get back in. Like, I don't know. Put me on that map for Turf, then I'm just going to want to move to a different mode or play something else. But any of the modes, it's fine. It's just, I think like my least favorite in this game is probably Eel Tail. Of the new design specifically, I will say. Because that map is like almost every mode you play has problems. I think its best design, it might be Rainmaker, I would say. And even that has problems. So with that said, everyone looking forward to Big Run next week on Eel Tail Alley? Gun in the head. Hit me with the spotter shot now. I don't know, man. I'm worried about that one because of Eel Tail's poor design in all the modes so far, but they've managed to make some of the weirder maps, layout-wise, for all the other modes into, like, really good Big Run stages. Like, I was kind of hit or miss on Umani just because of its difficulty, but at the same time, I think it was better than some of the modes that was featured in for, like, the main multiplayer. So, I think they could make that map a lot better for Big Run. It's just, I'm worried, based on how, you know, it's already considered the worst map in this game by fans. And we're worried, it's like, how much worse can it get? Careful. There it is. I just don't want to get near that dread right now, because I think that would be a problem if I do. Dude, I was about ready to use the splashdown. I knew that guy was there, too. What? Huh? Huh? Excuse me. What killed him? I need to check it. I'm a little confused. So here's the thing. I was going to use triple splashdown there. I didn't get a chance. My finger clicked the stick. I didn't actually get it out. I didn't throw a bomb either. So unless that's a drop-off shot, did I have lag and he died to a non-existent triple splashdown? That's the only other thing I could think of. I'm really hoping it's just a straight bullet. You know, if it is a straight bullet, then that's the most lucky shot of my life. Almost got the guy on that vantage point. Almost. It wasn't an E-leader anymore, since that's a Kraken. Yeah, I had a feeling, but just really trying to contest. I had no ink, though. A lot of back and forth right now in that middle section. Dude, I should have just fell. Jumping actually made it easier for the Dreadbringer to get the second shot on me. Dude, okay, bad aim. That was just bad aim. If we just keep this up, we'll get a knockout here in a sec, which is ideal. Yep, there you go. There's a knockout. Man, perfect timing for that song to end, too. It was like instant. Dude, I want to check back that replay, but I also don't want to leave. So I'm gonna watch it back my own side just to see stuff. Cause I at least got my own replay out of that. Did I? Oh no, I didn't actually. I forgot to hit the replay key. That's fine. I'm gonna hit it now to make a mental note. I have another version of replay. It's called the VOD. It's just gonna take 5 years to load if I try to do it with my hard drive, so I'm gonna do it from Twitch. It's like the one thing I give like YouTube streaming is that if you're watching someone on that platform, as long as they have the rewind thing enabled for the channel, you don't have to leave the stream to rewind if you missed the thing. Oh, no, I did get my splashdown out. I didn't even hear it go off, and I'm watching back the clip, and a splashdown came out of nowhere. It just looks like the first frame of the meter draining. That's how I didn't notice it. So that's not clip-worthy, actually. That's just, I didn't notice a thing. All right, well, that's fair. That happens, to be fair. Like in these high-octane games, that happens. It's not how the VOD play my other monitor, and I'm in the midst of this game, so I don't want to click out of it, because the moment I do that, I'm going to be distracted and die. The next death. Nice. Didn't think that was going to kill. Okay, well, there's my chance to get rid of the VOD page. Don't need that open anymore. I think it's like I haven't clicked something in a while, so me going for the button on the controller, my brain thought that I already got the replay on stream too. I'm just so used to doing that. But sometimes me just doing that for stream becomes second nature. Nice jump shot. No, no, I got hit by the screen. Whatever should I do when there's no one here to take advantage of it? That's right. Win. I think I got time for one more if the rotation doesn't happen immediately, but I think that might be my last game. I'm trying to see. Oh yeah, it's like 20 seconds to 9, and I think the game is gonna immediately recognize. So yeah, that's my last one. All right, that's fair. Well, go out on a victory for this rotation. Yeah, I'm going to have to play around with this weapon more for zones, but in some ways, I think this is going to be my zones weapon now. Like, this is going to be a little bit more powerful for zones. I hope that stays like that for long term. Short term is a good thing, but long term, I can't say yet. It worked really well so far, though, for it, so happy about that. Yeah, a lot of my games were, for the most part, victories, so they were strong games. And now the rotations are all new maps still, but it's Rainmaker, Tower Control, and Turf for the main roads. All right, now I gotta go to Harmony because I'm in that stage of my life where I'm going back every other second for my catalog. I like, though, being in Inkopolis Square. I like how at least while Harmony is still just a video call, essentially, the music is different. And it even feels like the presentation is slightly different with that banner on top. There's more themed around how Splatoon 2's stores look. Dude, there are new cards, and I got all repeats, really. You can see, same kind of branding that they gave the other stores. So at least there's that. Like, I do wish that there was a general store in every plaza instead of just phoning in Harmony in every plaza. That just feels weird. But hey, you know what? Whatever. At least the theming is a little bit different with the music. It also just feels weird of how bright this area is too. I'm still getting used to that because this area looks like they have more sun. Just so bright. But yeah, I think I'll just stop with the multiplayer for now. I think that's a good place to stop with the fresh season content because I want to play more side order. I want to do more runs. And I have pretty much everything I want to explore. Because again, I want to play the new Salmon stage. The only way I'll be doing that right now is in private battle because it doesn't come available until like, starting tomorrow. So we're not going to be doing that in the stream, but I'll be playing Bone Rattle Arena on my own. And that'll probably come up at some point one of the times I stream this. Because I've streamed every single Samurai map at some point. I know that for sure. Because they've come up in some form or fashion. Whether it be a standard rotation we just feel like playing on a stream, or like a extra work at some point, which I feel like the next extra work is probably going to be Jammin' Slammin' Stage Junction if I have to call it now. Like, if I had to just take a bet, this is it. I think they've been going, for the most part, in release order for maps. As Maruno's Bay, we didn't get until recently, and that was like one of the newer ones added a couple months into the game. We've done all the maps that were in the game already before that for big runs. So if I had to say another one, this is it. I'm just calling it now. That wouldn't happen until like probably May. April at the very earliest, but I doubt it. It's probably gonna be May. They usually do it near the end of a season.